Hello, comparative politics students, and welcome to week 3 of our class. This is just my short orientation video for module 3, so you can make sure that you are on task. So I have the announcement on our homepage. Okay. And this week, you'll be reading 2 chapters, so it's a little bit more like the first week, a little heavier than last week where you only had 1 chapter, but that's great because you were starting the substantive assignments of the class, which is the current events, and then your chapter-based, what do we call it? Analysis and discussion. In other words, you're making an attempt to make some exam questions. So far, so good, but I have quite a few more to grade, so be looking out for those in the next few days. Okay, so our topic for Module 3 is, I think, one of the most interesting and most definitely one of the most troubling. The topic is democracy, democratization, and democratic backsliding. And the reason I say it's troubling is because unlike, maybe mid-20th century, we're entering the 21st century with many scholars in the social sciences arguing that we're in this period of what we call democratic backsliding, and when populism, particularly right-wing populism, is on the rise. So let me just review quickly for all of you what you'll be doing in this module. So your readings are in our free textbook. They're chapter 4, which is on democracies and democratization, and then chapter 5, which focuses on non-democracies and this process that I mentioned of democratic backsliding. And then hopefully this class will become pretty routine. You'll be completing your ICPG, that's Introduction to Comparative Politics and Government, Study and Analysis. So there, I won't click on it, but once you go there, the prompt is pretty clear. I ask you to do just one question for chapter 4 and another question for chapter 5. I also encourage you to go back to last week's analysis and discussion of, let's see, what were we talking about? It was chapter 3 last week. And I've made some notes and contributed to the discussion to let you all know which questions I think are really good, which concepts are definitely going to appear on the midterm. So be sure you check back in that discussion. Again, I'll be asking you to find an article that relates democratization, democratic backsliding, to a story that's contemporary in the news. There's so much to choose from, and I'm really excited for this particular assignment. Let me just take you to the assignment for this week. Let's see. Okay, here we are. And so I want you to find just one article related to any concept, idea, or theme in chapter 4 or chapter 5. Be sure to review both chapters just to spark your curiosity and so you know what you're looking for. I have a couple of hints, while there's infinite articles to access on this topic. I've just given you a couple of possibilities. If you're finding it a little bit onerous to find your own articles, here's some from which to choose. Either way, either you find your own article or choose one of these is fine. And then I have a couple of other links to great data sets that are related to this. There's this Elections Around the World and also the Varieties of Democracy website. Okay. Be sure you're using APA formatting when you submit this assignment. I have a link to Purdue OWL, and then I also use Scribr, which is a very easy, let's just say, way to translate your sources into APA formatting. Okay, let's go back to the announcement. Okay, just a couple of other notes. Keep in mind I teach 6 classes. I really work hard to get things graded before you have another due date. So just give me through the week to get to your items for Module 2. If you find yourself waiting for a week or more and an item remains ungraded, please let me know via Canvas mail. I have office hours tomorrow, 11 to 1, as always on Tuesday or by appointment. So reach out if you have any questions. Have a wonderful week.